Hey guys, it's Ginny here from Polly's Paper Studio, and today I've got a tutorial to share how I created this very sweet, very vintagey patriotic card using the Patriotic Creativity Kit from Polly's Paper Studio. I've got a card base here that is 5 inches by 6.5. I added a layer of the blue cardstock, and that is going to be the base for the pattern papers, and inside I chose some of the papers from the kit to finish this off with a small section left to add a sentiment. So this will be the base, and I've got a separate piece of the blue cardstock which I'm showing with a little bit of a tattered edge because the first try I didn't get it down straight, but now it would be perfect. So this is a chevron, and it's a very non-contrasting, so even though it does have a pattern, it's going to read as a neutral. So I'm going to glue this on with the double-sided adhesive tape. And the reason why I have chosen to add this to a separate section is because the papers in the collection are 4x6, and this card is 6.5 inches. So I did want to have something to line everything up with perfectly so that I know it will be all nice and straight and perfect when I glue it down to the cover. That red polka dot has like a vintagey look. It isn't like fresh red, it has a little age to it, and this really cute firework pattern is going to cover all of those edges on the bottom that won't be long enough. And I used that cardstock again as matting to separate the patterns. One last pattern in the background is going to be this, and it will go right at the bottom. I think the trick to adding a lot of patterns is to vary the scale. So this is very full and this is very light, and that way they don't get all jumbled up. I'm going to remove the tape now from the backing here and add it to the card. Once again, I am using an 1/8 of an inch border for all these cardstock layers, and make sure that it's facing the right direction. That happened to me last week. Does that happen to you guys? I just get moving along, and then all of a sudden I realize I've made a left-handed card and it won't open correctly. So here is that layer on top. It's getting bulky now. It has a really nice thick feel to it. I think that they just feel nicer when they're very weighty and not bendy. This is a background from the collection, and I'm going to add it to the side here and add this sweet little doily. I left the inside pieces in so that I would have something to tape it down with, and this is a little bit lighter than the heavier doilies I'm using because I just want it to be a pretty accent, but I don't want it to be overwhelming. I've got a few other pieces here while we're building these layers. These are tags. I added an eyelet to each one, and I'm going to just line them up on the side so that they will show just a little bit peeking out from the image. Now for the image I used some adhesive foam so that I could pop that up and give it dimension. Before I stick that down though, I want to add this. These are carnival tickets, part of the collection, and I'm just going to line that up so the numbers show. That is a cute detail. And one more thing underneath is going to be this die cut star that I added embossing powder to. And it's just gonna go right in the corner there. Now I can stick down the image. And it's going to be just about center. And I'm going to top it off with some flowers. These are a combination of Wild Orchid Crafts from Really Reasonable Ribbon, like the trim here, this beautiful burlap string, and these are 49 in Market. And then I added a few more of the die cut stars, and I just added those all to the background. And I'm going to put a generous amount of glue because I do want that to stick down, and there is a lot of layers, and I can chase those tails, the glue strings, before they set in. That is a cute little vintage guy, isn't he? So cute. There's a few more flowers here in a smaller size for the top because I do like to have them balanced. So I'm going to just stick those down too. And while I'm adding the last few elements, I will say, if you want to leave me a comment or leave me a like if you enjoyed this video, that would be great. If you're not already subscribed, I would love for you to. And as always, I'm wishing you a happy and productive day. And I thank you so much for watching. And that is the card. All right, bye.